your statistic, whatever you get for your average on that, describes your group. But if you're talking about a parameter, you're talking about the whole population. So when you say parameter, think parameter, population, statistic, small group.
Oh, yeah.
Does that help? They both start with S's and they both start with P's. So parameter describes the population, and the statistic describes the small group that you are sampling. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So what two numbers? The test
So
score?
100 is the parameter because it's the whole.
The whole population.
Okay, the test score. Okay.
And then 112 was that's the statistic or the sample size.
Okay.
It's based on that smaller group.
Okay. Because
Alright.
it's not specifically of the mean.
It's talking about, it's just describing the different types of samples. One of them's just describing a number that would apply to the whole population, everybody, and the other one's just describing a number that would apply to that smaller group that you were talking about. So that's the difference between parameter and statistic, is what is the size of the population that it's describing.
Okay.
So now I think I kind of figured out the stratified cluster thing, kind of.
I think that's complicated and a little bit confusing. So if you have some sort of...
I have a little bit of something to share, maybe.
That'd be great.
Unless it's long. Maybe you have a different one for 5 than I do.
No, probably not. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, so number 5...
you don't have to read that whole thing.
Yeah, it's just talking about the neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
The neighborhoods are very similar but different.
Right.
Anyway, so what I got, well, I put cluster. Is that what you put?
Okay, now I put stratified, but that doesn't mean I'm right. So I'm like,
Well, this is why, because everything I read was stratified.
mm-hmm.
They are putting them into categories, and then taking a random sample of those categories.
Right.
Cluster is they put them into kind of, what are they, characteristics, or no, that was stratified. And then they take it of everybody.
Okay.
Well,
I take everybody in that group.
What?
I put stratified sample because it says because some were similar, like, you know, they have some that are similar prices.
Right.
So I said that they put the ones that are similar in one group and the other, because they said they would do the tax according to the price similarities.
Right, and I put the same because I figured my feeling is they'd have to get a sample of some that lived in the low, and they'd have to get a sample of some that lived in the high, and kind of keep them separate.
Right.
Yes, so I agree with the stratified. This cluster is saying that they're put into groups, hopefully representing the population, and then randomly selecting the group, and then sampling everybody in the group.
Right, and that's kind of the clue in, is they get the whole group together, and that's usually that tells you cluster. So like for number 6, I have cluster on number 6.
Yes, I have a cluster there.
Okay.
And then, yeah, because they didn't really specify who they were sampling, but it does make sense that you have to take a little bit of everybody. So.
Right. So then number 7, Winston, what do you have for number 7?
I have simple random sample.
That's me too. So very good. Excellent. I think that's drawing out. Hey guys, quiet. Sorry, my kids are all here, so
Forward, so.
yes, we'll see.
Then number 8, I put stratified. Is that what you put? Or did I get it?
I did stratified as well for number 8.
I was thinking convenient because
Can I open this? I'm gonna open it. It says choose.
Well, they took a list of Democrats.
They took the list of registered Republicans and a list of simple random sound. So they did some of each group. That's why I think it's stratified, because they did some Democrats and they did some Republicans. If it was
Okay.
convenience, I think it would be like
You're just walking into your clinic, right?
they're standing there and you say, hey,
Yeah.
what do you think about this? So
okay.
Damn. About the gas.
All right. Hopefully. Are you already marking these? I'm not even marking them.
I'm marking them as I go along. So, but I have both file. I did mine on the computer, my other one, and I saved my file, so I'm just looking at it and going straight over.
Stratified. And let me just catch up then.
Okay, no worries.
Number 8. Okay. So now we use that quantitative
Right, the quantitative statistical thing.
guessing. So number 9, Winsome, were you able to do that?
Yes, that's probably as far as as I've gotten. I put, is that the mean 4.771?
You got it. That's what I got.
That's what I got.
Excellent. Good. All right, I have number 10, and that one I have the standard deviation on that one is 1.912 using that same program.
Yeah. Yeah, I did that too.
And then the 5 summary number, it was just on there, the point.
Right.
0.84.
0.84, 3.42, and 5.15, and 5.61,
Got it.
and 10.45.
Yep, that's what I got.
And then the histogram. Now when I'm assuming if they ask this on the test, the histogram, do we just cut and paste?
I think they'll have us cut and paste, but my guess is they're not going to ask for it. They're going to do something like they do on this right here, where it says, I created the histogram representing the amount spent in Crossroads purchases. And I'm putting true. Yes, I did do that. So, because I don't know how they can, unless the test is graded different than like multiple choice or fill in the blank, it's going to be pretty hard for them to have us put that in there. But if you have to, you have to. So we'll see.
All right.
Okay, just moving on. I'm going to go down to 12. Is it 11 or 12? Sorry, 11, I think. No, 11? Wait, we did 11.
Yeah, 12.
So it's 12 on this thing, and then 11. So the value that I put for A was negative 0.165. Now, I don't know if I'm right or not.
What was?
That's what I got, so.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
That's always nice when you get the same thing.
Yes. So, because these feel like such random numbers. Go ahead, Winsome. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I didn't get to do these as yet. But so the deviation from the mean, and then what would the so
number 13, is that which one you're looking for?
no, number 11. What is the value of the number? Did you?
So
So the x.
all you have to do is figure out your mean from these top temperatures above. So you add those all up and divide by 4.
Okay.
What your mean is, and then you take this number right here, x, 37.9, and subtract it from whatever the mean was.
Okay, and then do that.
I didn't write down my what I got for my mean, so.
Yes. Okay.
Anyway, but that's what you get for that letter A. So I must have had, I don't know, something like that. So, all right.
And then so my B, I got 0.681.
That's me too. Yes.
Okay. And Winsome, we're recording this, so we can put this on for you.
And you can watch it back if you want to after you've done the problems.
After
Yeah.
you do the problems or whatever, if you need to.
Yeah, I'm gonna work the ones that I didn't do because I just actually put in an hour. I didn't get to do all of them.
Yeah, so I would. I mean, I don't know if you want. Do you only get one shot? Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm not sure on this if you get multiple tries. I don't know.
No. What I'm saying is, whatever the ones that I didn't do, I'm gonna go
back
through
and
them
forth.
on my
Right.
own.
Very good.
So number 14, what quantity is equal to the sum of the numbers of the standard deviation columns? And I put that none of these because I don't really understand what that is. I thought it was like a spread.
It was the variance on that. Do you remember when we did those big tables? Oh, gosh. I'm pretty sure that that is the variance. I'm looking back in which lesson it was in that we had to fill in those big tables, and it was kind of a pain in the neck. But
Well, I know that
I think it's lesson 3. And it said squared deviation from the mean, and then you did the sum of those. And
equals 2 squared, or the s squared, which is the sample variance. Okay.
so I think it's variance. Now, granted, I could be wrong, but
Well, I have the variance circled, and then I was reading further, and it was like really confusing. So I thought, is that not the variance? So anyway.
yeah.
Okay, so that my first initial thought was the variance.
Now, I have variance is equal to the sum divided by n minus 1, and that might be true. So it may not be the variance. It may be none of these.
Well, so that's what made me confused because the n minus 1.
Yeah, I think you're right. So I'm going to put none of these is correct. How about that? Let's just go for it, Kelly. We're going to do
Oh,
it.
I don't know. I don't want to be wrong.
No, it's good. We'll be all right. It's okay. It's a good test for us. And
Well, at least I think we're going to get the answers after this, so.
yes, so it'll help us know if we did it wrong or not. But that's what I think on that. Just looking at my notes, going back and looking at my notes, I'm thinking that it's not the variance because the variance, you have to take that sum and then divide it by n minus 1.
N minus 1. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I didn't think it was the standard deviation or the mean either, so.
Okay.
Okay, number 15. What is the standard deviation of these temperatures?
I haven't figured that one out.
Well, I can tell you what I figured out.
Okay, tell me what you figured out.
So the standard deviation is the square root of the
Sum of,
S2 of the standard variance.
right.
Is the square root, yeah. So I put 0.715. Now, did you get the 0.5113 as your standard variance?
I haven't even done that whole section for whatever reason when I was doing this, and this was late one night, and I was like, I just wrote square root of the variance because I didn't want to do all the calculations.
Oh, okay, okay. So, I mean, that's what I got as the square root of the variance.
She threw up where? Ew. Okay. Sorry, my dog threw up. Gross. Anyway, so I'll go back and calculate it later and figure it out.
But now I don't know if I'm right.
Well, do you want me to sit down and do it really quick? I can do it really fast. It'll take me.
Do you want to do it? Well, did you get the sum already?
I'm looking at my paper and I don't think I have the sum of all of them. That's why I'm like, it's gonna take me a couple minutes. So I don't remember because I don't remember what I used for the mean on the whole thing.
Okay, so my mean is
Oops, sorry.
38.08. Well, 38.075.
Will you do me a favor and read me the numbers that are on there? The 4 numbers in the first column?
All right, 37.91, 37.25, 38.98, and 38.16.
38.16. Okay. Okay, I'm just putting them into the quantitative descriptive statistics. Is that so terrible? And I got standard deviation of 0.715. Hey, you have it right.
Oh, good. See, I did it all by hand, and
You did awesome. Where I was too lazy to do that, which is really what I should have done. So don't say I did, because maybe that's considered not what they wanted me to do, probably. But whatever, that's what I did.
I don't think so, because I think I initially put it in that thing, but I put the mean as 38.08 because I rounded it, and I think it messed everything up a little bit.
Got it.
Anyway, okay.
All right, should we move on to number, let's see, 16, I think is where we're at. And I said under certain conditions, the standard deviation can be negative. Absolutely not. Never. It's never going to be
Well,
negative.
it never will be, because it's all square.
Right.
It's rooted, so it will never be.
So I said false.
Okay. Number 17. So for this one, I put that it's the extra dural because the standard deviation is smaller, so the data points would be closer together.
I said the same thing, exactly that same thing.
All right.
Number 18, I put, I can define standard deviation in my own words. I said true. I wrote what I wrote for standard deviation. And I basically wrote,
Spread. That's all it is, right?
I said it's a measure of spread. So
Yeah.
how close our numbers, how closely our numbers are related to one another. So.
Yep. All right. So what is the third quartile? So 6. 1, 2, 3. The mean, right? Q3.
Third quartile, yeah, is Q3.
1, 2, 3.
Which number you guys are at?
On the quiz, it's number 19. On our homework, it's number 18. So it's
Well,
down at the
third
box
is
plot at the bottom, towards the bottom.
So
The
the 5-number summary, I'm on the homework.
Yeah, and on the quiz, it just asks for the third quartile, but on the homework it says the 5-number summary. So for me, on my homework, I had 8 for quartile 3.
Quartile 3, 8.
That's great.
And then what percentage lies in that little box? And it's 50%. Right?
That's what I put too. So. All right, number down. Okay. So.
All right.
It's so weird. The numbers
This
different.
one I hope I did right because I just kind of did it off of
what we've done before, right?
sense. I didn't even use any I don't know. So maybe my sense is off, but
I doubt it. I did 2.055.
oh, good. Well, you just add them together and divide by 2, right?
Yep, that's what I did. I added the 2 and divided by 2. In fact, I even wrote it down here so that I would remember that's what I did. So I wouldn't be like, where did I get that number out of nowhere? So.
And then, so the standard deviation would be, now this is what,
Okay.
this is how I did it off of sense, but I couldn't think of a formula. Where I just took the standard deviation from the mean to the second standard deviation away, which was 0.465, and then I divided that by 2.
So what I had is I wrote down next to me, I wrote U minus 2, 0 equals 1.59 ppm, and then I solved for 0, which was 0.2325. Granted, I do not know if I'm right. Am I right? Is that
well, I got 0.233.
Which is the same. I just didn't round down yet. So
that's what I got from doing it a little bit different way.
Yep, same, but we got the same thing, so that's good. Okay, the next one. Between what two measured nitrate concentrations do approximately 68% of the data values lie? And for me, I had 1.823 and 2.287. Actually, 2.288.
Yeah, so the last one, number
The
4.
last option, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Good. Yay!
All right, what is the value of the mean? Oh, okay, so this is what I
I have a question mark sitting on my
I
answer.
have a question mark. I'm like, is this just like super duper easy, or
What is the value of the mean of a standard
and
normal
the standard
distribution?
deviation? So is it just the 2.055?
This isn't part of this question, is it?
Yeah.
Because it says go use this information, answer 20 through 22 on the homework.
Oh,
At the top, it says number 21 and 22, which actually we had number 23 too, so that's not true. What's the value of the mean?
that's true.
So
I don't know.
I think it's the same mean as we had before, is what I'm
Well,
getting.
that's what I just put a question mark because I thought that was too easy and we just answered it. So
Well, it seemed like a weird question, and then the standard deviation will be the same if they're normally distributed. Well, no, the standard deviation will be different, right? I mean, is there a standard normal distribution?
well, it's unusual, but it's normally distributed.
Right. So, did they give us a sample size? I'm just looking here.
No, they didn't give us any other information. Well, they gave us a 10.
Okay.
What's the 10?
Where is that?
Yes.
Nitrate concentrations above 10 are considered, so that's not anything big deal.
That's nothing. So
I'm going to put the same value for standard deviation as the normal distribution because I don't know what else it would be.
I know. So
Give us any other number, so it's not like we can, do that thing where we do the standard, you figure out the new standard deviation based on n, the standard deviation.
yeah, we don't have an N.
Yeah, we don't.
Well, I was looking back at some of the questions, how they were asked, and it would just say, what is the mean? What is the standard deviation? And it was just whatever it was. So,
I'm just going to leave it then and
all right.
be okay with it.
All right. So,
I'm owning it. It's all good.
yes, let's own it. So 26. So this is where,
Okay.
I found a Z-score.
That's me
And
too.
then, but really, if you think about number 26,
Yes.
it's the mean. So it would just be 50%, right?
Right. So my probability was 0.500 on that. Because it's right, you're dividing your graph halfway. Technically,
Well, and the
Z-score is
Z-score
technically 0. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
All right, 27. I
I'm
have.
sorry, Lori, can you kind of back up a bit for me? Like
Sure.
at 24, what would be the probability for the random sample selected or score? But in order to do that, would you have to find the Z-score?
If you you can do the Z-score. If you figure it out, the Z-score, it's going to be the value minus the mean, which is they're the same. So it ends up being 0. So your Z-score ends up being 0, which means your probability is going to be that half the people are going to score above or half are going to be below. But if you really think about it, that's the mean, right? And it's normally distributed, so you know that half the people are going to have a score that's above that, and half the people are going to have a score that's below that. So even if you figured out the Z-score, you'd get the same thing, but it's just one of those ones that if you think about it a little bit, you kind of figure out really quick. So the probability is 0.500 because 50% of the people are going to score above it.
Okay.
All right.
Below would be how much?
Below would be the same, 0.500. But the next one, which is probability random selected student will score below 600, that one I had to do some calculations for. So
Yeah, you need to find your z-score first.
yeah. So for me, on my z-score, I had 0.479.
Yes.
Okay. And then my probability, I have it, but I have it with my old z-score, so let me make sure I do it right.
So how did you get that 0.479?
Well, you have to take the 600 minus the mean. So 600
Okay.
minus the 500.
Okay.
And then divide it by the standard deviation.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you find that z-score for the 600. Yeah.
Right.
And then I got 0.684.
That's me too. Excellent. I got
And
it.
so the above would just be the difference, so 0.316.
You got it. Four. And
All right. And then on number 26, Lori, did you realize that it said round to the nearest tenth?
on number
So
26.
5.
Oh, okay. Well, I won't put my OO on there. So round up to decimal places. Okay. So 29 was find the GMAT score that corresponds to the 10th percent. So then you do that whole thing where you put in your probability and z-score and all that kind of good stuff. And for me, I had a z-score of negative 1.282. And then when I did all my math calculations, my score that corresponded to that was 387.77.
Yes.
Okay. Nearest whole number is going to be not 3 point. So nearest whole number is going to be 388. Okay.
Oh, it's the nearest whole number. Okay,
That's
so.
what it says, yeah. So I don't want to.
Okay, so then the 90% would be 696.83 and rounded to
It's just the positive version of the same
7.
number. So 697 on that.
Yeah, the z-score just positive, 1.282.
Yeah. Okay, so then the next one, first quartile of distribution of GMAT scores. For me, I got a z-score of negative 0.674, and my score ended up being 461.06, which would be 461.
Yep.
Okay. Yay!
And my
We're agreeing here. Yay!
30
Mm-hmm.
was my z-score was the mean. No, the z-score 0.524. Is that the z-score?
On which one for third quartile?
Yeah, the z-score. The third quartile 0.524, 0.524.
Okay, that I got something different for that because your first, it's going to be the same as your first quartile, just a positive number because it's the 75th percentile.
I thought I put 75 and that's what I got. Let me see.
Let me look. I'm going to look on the probability thing too really quick.
Third quartile.
Oh, you know what? You're right. First quartile.
0.524.
0.2500. Enter.
Because you wanted to in both, right?
And
And then point.
for third quartile, is it going to be?
It wouldn't be both.
Okay.
Let me think here. You go into the left, then you put 0.75. Oh, I got something different. Sorry.
0.75.
I got the positive of 0.674. So I don't know what I did last time.
Okay, because I have, yeah. For me, what I got when I figured it all out was, gosh, what's this? 500. Enter.
Yeah. I don't know why.
A score of 0.674 and a quartile, when I did all my math, I had 623.54, which would round up to 624.
Okay, I'm going to just do this really quick. Sorry.
No, you do it. Do your calculations. So.
623.54.
Yep. So rounding up to 624. And then the last one, consider random sample of N15. What's the mean of distribution of sample mean scores? So that's going to be our same mean we had before, which was 542.3, because that's what we talked about last week. For the standard,
the standard deviation is the same.
yeah. But our standard, the standard deviation changes a little bit because they gave us. Remember, you figure out your original original standard deviation, but divided by the square root of n.
So it's 31.123.
Yeah, I have 31.123.
Yeah.
And then the last one, what's the probability the sample mean GMAT scores for SRS of n equals 15 students will be greater than 600? And for me, I got on that one 0.0319.
0.0319. Yes.
Hey! Woohoo!
I like it.
Yay! Love them when we get the same answer. Makes me feel happy. Round to 3 decimal places, so I'm thinking I'm going to do 0.032. So,
Yep.
hopefully they'll be okay with that. All right, I'm submitting. I'm a little afraid, but I'm going to submit 94%, so we missed something. Let's see what we missed.
You might have missed one that I talked you into.
No, you didn't. It wasn't that one. It was 24 and 20. Maybe it was. The value of the mean of a standard normal distribution. We missed the 24 and 25, which was the value of the mean of a standard normal distribution, and the value of the standard deviation.
Okay, so we didn't understand that.
I just don't understand the question, what they're asking. It doesn't make sense to me. So I wish they'd show us the, where we could see the answer, what the true answer was. They just show us that we got it wrong, but we don't get the answer. So, I don't know.
Yeah, she said that we would get, it would be the answer key.
Yeah. So I may need to post on her questions, and I'm going to send her an email too, because frankly, when I've posted questions, they don't get answered very quickly. So.
Yeah, because that was my question. What that is? What is the mean and the standard deviation of the standard normal distribution? That must be the hint right there. The standard normal distribution.
The value of the mean of a standard normal distribution. The value of the standard deviation of a standard normal distribution. I just don't understand what they're asking. If that's related to the questions above, or
what? It said it was part of it. That is weird.
It just seems strange. So I'm gonna send her an email about it, and I'm gonna post it on course questions just to see if we get any response quicker that way. And I'll email you guys back. So I kind of want to find out the answer before I.
Yeah. Do you think that the test is going to be really similar?
I would imagine it should be. I would think it's going to be somewhat close.
Because it says 33. I mean, it's 33 multiple choice.
Oh, I bet it's really close then. I bet it's along the same line. So
hopefully it's just a thing, and they say, well, whatever you got on your market.
Hey, I'd be okay with that. That sounds good to me.
Anyway.
So, all right. Well, I'm going to get on here. I'm going to post my questions about that, and then we'll just kind of see from there. And I can't imagine that it would be bad if I post these exact questions on the discussion board, because everybody's doing the review, and it's just a review. So, anyway. All right. Okay. Well, we will see. We'll see you all on Thursday. Yeah. Good luck to you guys on the test. You'll do great. You're going to do great.
Thanks, Lori.
No problem.